In our last episode, we defined courage as the ability to act in spite of fear, risk, or potential injury. But here's the question. If courage isn't just one thing, how do we actually measure it? Well, psychologists Erkut, Konter, and Johan, they developed something called the Sport Courage Scale, which is a way to break courage into measurable parts. So through studies with athletes across combat sports, team sports, and high-risk sports, they identified 5 dimensions that together make up sport courage. So first, there's determination. That is the grit to keep going despite obstacles, fatigue, or failure. It's what gets a fighter off of the canvas after a knockdown. And then second, there's mastery. That is the drive to improve, even when progress is slow or painful. So think of the climber that's falling 100 times on the same route before finally sticking it. Then there's assertiveness. That is the willingness to take initiative and act boldly. So in the ring, that's committing to a strike even when hesitation feels safer. Fourth, venturesome behavior. That is calculated risk-taking and choosing to face the unknown, like dropping into a massive wave or stepping up for your first fight. And then finally, there's self-sacrifice, which is putting the team or the sport or the bigger picture ahead of personal comfort or safety. So that's the fighter who competes through pain for the sake of honor, or the mountaineer who turns back to help a partner. So research using the Sport Courage Scale shows that athletes who score higher in these dimensions tend to regulate fear better. They set clearer goals and they tolerate more discomfort. Interestingly, too, in some cultures, traits like self-sacrifice, they show up strongly, while in others, dimensions like assertiveness dominate. You see, courage isn't one size fits all. It reflects both the athlete and the environment. So courage isn't a single trait. It's a profile. It's determination, mastery, assertiveness, venturesome behavior, and self-sacrifice all working together. In our next episode, we'll explore how courage actually develops, how combat sports and high-risk athletes train fear in controlled environments, and how exposure, repetition, and mindset turn fear into fuel.